Well, you're watching Scripps News happening now in America. I'm Andrew Rafferty in Washington, D.C. We continue following the breaking news of that mass shooting at the Catholic school this morning. Two children, just 18 and 10 years old, were gunned down. 17 others, children and adults, were hospitalized. The Minnesota police chief calling the gunman a coward for his deliberate actions. Scripps News national correspondent Alex Miller is live in New York with the latest on this. And Alex, what are you hearing at this hour?
Well, we have now an update to this investigation. Officers say they are looking to recover more weapons. Remember, there were already 3 weapons that we know of that were used in this shooting: a rifle, a shotgun, and a pistol that were brought to the scene when this shooter approached a church and fired through stained glass windows into a mass that was ongoing, and we know that he used all of them. But according to this news conference that we just listened to, the chief of police for Minneapolis says that they are expecting to find more weapons. They are currently executing 4 search warrants, 1 at the church itself, obviously that is the crime scene, but the other 3 are at residences they believe are related to the shooter, and they believe that they are going to find more weapons there. They've already had access to his vehicle, which they believe he drove to the scene ahead of the shooting, and they believe that they are going to find more information there. They've also recovered a manifesto. Listen to what else the chief of police had to say today.
I have heard about a whole lot of hate that's being directed at our trans community. Anybody who is using this as an opportunity to villainize our trans community or any other community out there has lost their sense of common humanity. We should not be operating out of a place of hate for anyone. We should be operating from a place of love for our kids. Kids died today. This needs to be about them.
And Andrew, that was the mayor speaking about the trans community as all of this unfolds. We've heard from the secretary from the Department of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, criticizing this shooter, obviously for this person's actions, but also for being a member of the trans community, likely why the mayor is discussing that. We had located some information, some documents from 2019 and 2020 court records where this person requested a name change, in particular because they identified as female, and so likely the mayor's trying to strike a tone on that situation. But this person did have a manifesto and a lot of gripes. They talked about being anti-religion. They criticized the president himself, as well as Jewish groups, as Hispanic groups, from some of the pieces that we have been able to see. But there was also this piece of the manifesto that I want to show you that is a drawing of the church. It looks to be a depiction of what we look at as the floor plan of this. Remember, he, as far as we know, did not end up inside of that room, but he shot into that room. According to police, he never made it inside. They never found any shell casings inside. They believe that he took his own life in the rear of the building, but they have not noted whether or not he went inside the building at all. One of the things that I'm still wondering is whether the doors around the building were locked or whether he just never went in on his own. And so there's still a lot more to figure out in terms of why the shooter did what the shooter did, and the connection to this school. You know, the chief talking about this at least a little bit was asked about the potential connection, something that we've reported on, about the mother of the shooter working for a time at the school. It's something that he acknowledged that they are looking into, but did not want to confirm in that moment.
Yeah, so many questions still remain, but the biggest question of why this person ultimately did this may never fully be understood. Alex Miller for our coverage all day from New York on this breaking news. Alex, thank you.